Dynasty Warrior games can be a lot of fun despite the repetition, as defeating hundreds or thousands of foes is very satisfying. But it's been a while since I enjoyed a good tactics game, and spin-offs from the regular Dynasty Warriors formula such as Hyrule Warriors or any of the Gundam games, barring 2, have been a blast. Does this one hold up, or is the blade a bit dull? The story is nothing special, and not helpful to anyone who isn't well versed in Dynasty Warriors lore, or Romance in the Three Kingdoms for that matter, and it can be fairly predictable as well, at least with given the premise. Stop me if you heard this. Two friends, which are Zhao Yun and newcomer Lei Bin, come across a mystical being named Lixia sealed away, break said seal, and now journey to find the 5 elemental orbs to prevent people from misusing them for their own purposes and make sure Lixia gets more powerful. There's sadly nothing interesting really explored, and the twist is not great either, actually harming one character by making them look like an idiot, with a very weak conclusion too. Not to mention, it was a hard task to keep track of all these characters. Without a proper focus, it becomes hard to care for a lot of people. Fortunately, the Path of Destiny is helpful in trying to learn more about the characters, even giving quests to try and recruit them to your side. They also give money, items, and even more SP you can use to make those characters stronger. However, you have to meet certain criteria in order to reap such rewards. I admit, those quests were a bit more interesting, like the one where you fight off powerful warriors who want some meat buns. No, really, that actually happens. Still, you will likely have to go through New Game Plus in order to unlock everyone though, as certain characters do die in the game. At least it introduced me to Lu Bu's daughter, who easily destroys things. Yes, that's totally my reason for liking her. No perverse thoughts here. Spank me, Lin Kuei. Joking aside, it is very easy to break the game with her along with other characters. In fact, the game is too easy, but I'll get into why in just a bit. Now the gameplay starts out fairly well, as you can control up to 5 characters, each with their own movesets that can target enemies in a certain number of spaces. This in turn means a single character can wipe out many foes depending on their positioning. This also includes the Muso attack, which does far more damage. However, there's a stamina bar as well, meaning you can't just spam attacks over and over again. It only recovers by 3, meaning a character could be left vulnerable by going all out in one turn. This is one of the few aspects of the game done really well, and does make choosing certain units more beneficial than others, as they each have their own specialty. Lei Bin though is one of the only long-range characters though. Barring other characters you won't get through the main story, and one can only attack from afar as a special move. They will of course learn more powerful moves or gain bonuses to others as they level up. Your characters can get stronger in a multitude of ways. You can upgrade weapons to boost stats up to 50%, with a 6-star weapon being the best. These can either be gained after a fight or buying them at a merchant. Then there's standard leveling up, along with an upgrade section to spend SP to learn skills or to give characters stat ups. Though given the mix of these 3, it is possible to have an attack power for some characters that is just ridiculous. I didn't even have to focus on the other stats too much in order to ensure characters like Zhao Yun wipe the floor with bosses. Each of these upgrade screens though is a bit different for characters. Not that it matters much, as the game was still easy thanks to Synchro mode. And this is where the game just became laughably easy. See, it activates when certain characters are positioned a certain way, allowing units to act at the same time, even ones that already took their turn. The range they have to move is limited, sure, but they can also pull off a 3x3 attack to attack a whole mess of enemies, which can be further boosted by mashing X. Depending on the stage, you can easily take care of bosses quickly, as the final assault ignores both height and walls. In fact, because the bar at the top can refill depending on how much actions you take, you can likely refill it again to pull off another Synchro mode attack to further devastate foes. There is a hard mode, but by the time I considered it, I had already buffed my characters to hell, with pretty much nothing capable of stopping me. The only real points of difficulty were NPCs getting into trouble, or maybe even nearly dying to an enemy because I was, well, really unconcerned about the situation. And keep in mind, I hardly did any grinding either. Unless I make a really dumb mistake, or the AI does something stupid like say, oh I don't know, standing in front of a goddamn ballista, the game was never going to give me a proper or fun challenge. The final verdict for Dynasty Warriors Godseekers is... meh. It's not bad, but definitely not worth $60 digitally for PS4. At the very least, wait for a massive price drop. I'm the smartest moron, and if you don't ever hear from me again, I'm pretty sure it's because Lu Bu killed me for looking at porn of his daughter.